Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome here to Pop Culture Philosophers and Rockin Robbie live here on a Sunday night, June 7th, 2020 to be exact. We've got a very exciting time planned for you tonight. We're going to be taking a look at this upcoming week's new comics. We'll be showing off some comic books. We'll be talking about the DC Diamond split. We'll be talking about the Eisner nominations and why they once again snubbed Vault and a bunch of others, I should say. And we'll be doing a Marvel in the 90s segment tonight as well. Lots of fun, and of course, show and tell towards the end of the program. And we got some really, really exciting toys to show off tonight. So I am your host, Rockin Robbie Billups, here for Rockin Robbie Live. This show is driven by your questions, your comments, your thoughts, your concerns, all that jazz and more. So go ahead and throw it in out there into the chat, and we will start talking and having a great conversation. I see a lot of people already in the chat. But I do want to say, check out popculturephilosophers.com for podcasts, blogs, and a whole lot more. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheRockinRobbie. You can follow Facebook and Instagram's Pop Culture Philosophers account. That's right, Pop Culture Philosophers is on Facebook and Instagram. That's a weird way to say that. But also, if you're on Facebook, go ahead and join the PCP Army. That's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. If you want to go further in the support, please do like, share, subscribe. But if you want to go a little bit further, you can do so at patreon.com/PCP to help support this channel, including all these fine people right here like David, Alex, Brianiac, Nelson, Reggie, Brian, the Brian's 3, David G, DD Bullseye, Dean, Dunlaney, HC, James, Jason, Javi, Josh, Kenneth, Lewis, Monmeet, Michael, Mikey, Robert, Timo, TJ, and William. Thank you all so much for supporting us over at patreon.com/PCP. You can also support with a super chat tonight. Those are always available and open and appreciated. But we're just going to have a good, fun time tonight. Super fun. So once you get in here, sound off. Let's know what's going on. Get some questions going. We're going to have fun. What's up, Sam Fett? Sam Fett's always on these live streams. It seems like he's always first to comment. What's up, Samuel? What's up, CMA Thunder? Easy Reader, Eric. Comic Book Therapy, Taki, C3, Epoch, Dodora, Bloody Mjolnir, Herminio, Dodora, Jesse say what? David Hatch, the man himself. Matthew, what's up, buddy? Yeah, already karate chopped that like button. Hit that like button. Thumbs up, especially at the very beginning of the show. Really lets YouTube know that there's something banging and baller going on. So we're bringing you the B&B Rockin' Robbie Live right now. We have some really fun announcements to be making for what's coming up this week at Pop Culture Philosophers. Lots of excitement. What's up, William? Yeah, Batman's out this week. Finally, right? Everybody's going to be... It's like finally. The Punchline art germ cover. Everybody's wanting. What's up, Trinidad? Glad you're here and catching a live stream. Hey, what's up, Brett? How you doing? Mike? Derek, what's up? Do you think Vox will have anything to do with the Cates Black Winter storyline? That's a good question. Maybe. Seems like Donny Cates likes to kind of tie things together. But something inside of me is leading to believe that the Vox stuff and some of the Guardian stuff isn't quite as connected as everybody wants it to be. Not everything Donny Cates is going to do is going to be connected to one giant story. And if so, I mean, that's neat and all, but sometimes it just feels like they're forcing it to all connect. So I like the idea that maybe some things won't. You know, the Vox thing kind of, I don't know, it kind of went up and down for me. Like, I thought it was kind of cool, but I also, at the same time, Death of the Inhumans wasn't really one of my favorite Donny Cates books. But I think it's okay. So I don't know. Maybe, possibly. Will Black Winter have anything to do with Null? Probably not. And if Donny Cates is got some really good ideas, then it doesn't have to, you know? Though me being a big continuity nerd and comic book guy, I really do like things that connect like that, so obviously. So anyway, here we are, Rockin' Robbie Live. Get your questions in. Cheers. Got my Robin glass. Like I said, lots of excitement tonight. I'm really excited for show and tell. Really excited for show and tell. First up, though, let's talk about what's coming up here at PCP tomorrow morning. You can catch this on the channel, a Bleed Them Dry #1 advance review, a new comic book from Vault Comics and Elliot Rahal. Really like this one. It's Vampire Ninja Cyberpunk. So, I mean, that's not a tough sell at all, right? You know what I'm saying? Thursday night, very excited. Live here on the channel, Me, Bueller, and Perry doing a Teen Dog Shades night together. That's right. All three of us wearing the shades. All three of us talking about UFOs and aliens, Bigfoot, Loch Ness monsters, ghosts, paranormal experiences, things like that. So that's going to be Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. And I am very excited. 2 separate times I've interviewed both of these guys, and they both have seen lights in the sky. I mean, we all technically see lights in the sky, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm very excited to have Bueller and Perry from Comics with Bueller and Perry Comics on the channel Thursday night for a Teen Dog Shades night. So get your shades on, smoke something, drink something, and come on and party with us. And then Friday night, I'm very excited, super excited about this one. Instead of just doing a live movie review and chat about one movie, we're going to do all the Rambo films. That's right. We kick off Action Fest 2020 Friday night live here at the channel, 8 p.m. Central Time. Me and a gaggly gang of misfits and conundrums known as the Excitable PCP crew, including Jay Strick, Jelani, Brooks, and Dylan. That's right. We've made Dylan from Dylan's Comics an official member of the Excitable PCP crew. But we'll be talking about all 5 Rambo films for the Rambo-thon. So how exciting are those announcements? I'm super excited. And there's a very special surprise coming up later in the week. Not ready to talk about it. Don't want to jinx it. Speaking of jinxing the show, let's start off with the first 6. So Bueller and them, they do a top 5. How boring. I do a top 6. So here are the top 6 comic books I'm showing off from my personal collection. There is a The Dreaming, #1, Sandman Universe. Pulled this one out because it's the only issue I have of that title. But I recently read this, and it's really good, and it's well-deserving of its Eisner nomination. Next up, Wonder Woman from the Rebirth era, issue 56, because I'm a sucker for foil. This has some nice foil effects on it. Kind of probably hard to see on the screen, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You've seen these covers. Really like that cover. But you know what cover I like even more? How about this Aliens vs. Predator Fire and Stone #1 with that Mike Mignola cover? What's better than Aliens and Predator? Aliens and Predator by Mike Mignola. He didn't do the actual book. He just did the cover, but how sweet that is. How sweet that is. How about an MD Bright Black Panther? There's Black Panther #11 from the Marvel Knights era. This is one of my favorite comic books. I love Christopher Priest's Black Panther. There's issue #11. I love that cover. Same team from Quantum of Woody did this issue. Love it. That's my favorite Black Panther run and one of my favorite superhero comic books ever. Then we got an Aquaman #51 variant cover. I like these Middleton covers. That's a very dynamic pose. Beautiful colors. It speaks Aquaman. It's cool. It's crisp. It's watery and aquatastic. And finally, for the final one in the first 6, we have a Fantastic Four #99, one of my more recent pickups. You guys know I've been trying to really go gung-ho and complete my Fantastic Four collection as much as possible. I got me a 99, beautiful, glorious Inhumans and Human Torch Jack Kirby cover. And that's the first 6. Bam. So, how's everybody doing? What do y'all want to talk about? We're going to be talking about the DC Diamond stuff coming up. But what else do y'all want to talk about? Have you heard anything going on with the CW Swamp Thing? I have seen some things saying that they were considering Swamp Thing being revitalized over at the CW doing a second season. But all I know is that. That's it. I haven't even read that article or nothing like that. I've seen some rumblings that they're considering it, probably because I think Stargirl's been kind of successful, at least as far as response goes. I've only seen the first 2 episodes, so I guess I missed episode 3. I totally forgot about it last week. But I really am very impressed with Stargirl 2 episodes in, so I think that would be super cool. Do you think Cates is trying to tie together Venom and Thor? Comic book therapy, I actually would say that if he's a better writer, he's not. He's just telling 2 epic stories. I see how they could easily tie together. And that's exciting for fans sometimes, but sometimes we know that things get tied together because they're just trying to tie things together and not because that's what the story demands or that was the original intent. So I would like for his Black Winter thing to be something separate. And with the way that he came out with it, I don't know. Is he going to do the same kind of structure that he did with Venom? And in Venom, he introduced Null pretty much first story. He just laid it all out there and then built up to it. Is that what they're doing with the Black Winter? Or are they just going to tell a story and then continue on from there? So I don't know. I'd like to see Cates do some series where he's just telling good stories and then slowly, gradually build up to something and not just lay it all out there at first. Not any disrespect to his Venom run, because I love that, nor his Thor run. I love that one too. I love most Donny Cates books I've read. And I know he has the capability of telling just a great story. So, because he's done it, especially with his indie books like God Country and Buzzkill in particular. So, there's a definite possibility that it could all tie together. But I don't think everything Cates is doing at Marvel is going to tie together. And I think that's for the better. But yeah, we'll see. What is your favorite Donny Cates issues? My favorite Donny Cates stories would be God Country and Buzzkill. I really like those ones. God Country is absolutely amazing. Probably my favorite of his that I've read. I haven't read some things, like Ghost Fleet. I haven't read that. And I haven't read all of the Paybacks. Interceptor's a really good one. I like that. It's like space vampires, sci-fi type stuff. It's currently released by Vault, and they're in the middle. They've been in the middle of the second book for a long time, but we'll see what happens there. But I would definitely say God Country and Buzzkill. Buzzkill is about a superhero whose powers come on by drinking alcohol, and he's a recovering alcoholic. So that's an interesting take. And I really think the structure of that one's good. Both of those with artwork by Jeff Shaw. I think his Thanos book's pretty good. I don't really like Death of the Inhumans. I'm loving Thor so far. I'm loving what he's doing with Venom. I think he's doing some of the best Venom comic books out there. So I'm of all time. So I'm very excited about that. But if I had, it's definitely God Country's my favorite. I think that's his best work that I have read. And I also do enjoy things like Baby Teeth and Redneck, but I don't think they're quite on the level as God Country, Buzzkill, Venom, or Thor. Or that Thanos run. And I really like his Cosmic Ghost Rider run he did with Dylan Burnett. I like that one too. But I had to pick one. It's God Country. So they're coming out with another season of Swamp Thing? Yeah, maybe. So they are doing it, but just on the app. I don't know. Robbie, we need to get you a leather vest. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't think I could pull off the leather vest. I know Bueller can pull off some shades, though. You all see lights in the night after exiting a bar. Yeah. Well, the in particular, the lights that we're talking about, like space UFO lights and stuff like that, I've never seen, but I really would like to. But I'm always interested in talking to people about that stuff. No re-airing the one from a few months ago. Are you referencing the time that I cut out the alien talk from that one Teen Dog Shades and put it out at his own? I did that so that people could easily access that if they wanted to. I do that occasionally. What's up, Bree? I am having a wonderful day. I hope you are as well. My cologne is called Aquatastic Weird. Hey, Matthew, mic check 1, 2. We got a super chat. You know what that means? First of all, thank you so much. Matthew, I really do appreciate that. I thank you. And I will make this announcement that tonight's super chats go towards an Evil Horde slime pit. That's right. So very excited about that. Thank you so much. But don't worry, Herminio. You still have this too. Matthew, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. And seriously, we're getting this Evil Horde slime pit toy because I've been putting together some of my Masters of the Universe line that I do have. And I found all my Horde characters. And I was like, I got to get the slime pit. So you have pretty much already gotten us almost halfway there, and I'm very, very excited. So thank you so much, Matthew, and just for your support in the channel. If you don't want to support that, I'll just... Anyway, thank you so much. I'm really pumped to get this slime pit, though. And I'm going to do a video on it. Is that FF when Torch goes looking for Crystal? I haven't read that one in a while. It might be one of them. That happens a few times. I know it happens a lot in the 40s. Have you checked out HBO Max? Herminio, no, I have not. I've actually just gotten rid of all the streaming services that I'm subscribed to, right? So I'm at the tail end of all those because I had too many and I wasn't really using a lot of them. I am keeping Disney Plus because it ties me into ESPN Plus and Hulu, but the ESPN Plus is actually more the draw for me. It's really weird. But so I do still have that one, but even that I don't know. But no, I haven't tried HBO Max yet because there wasn't any like big launches, you know? So I might check it out when that Perry Mason show comes up because that Perry Mason show looks really, really cool. But I will definitely have it in order to watch the Snyder Cut, homie. I'll tell you that much. But I hear it's got a lot of stuff on it. I hear it's got a lot of content. Batman Adventures continue. What do you think? So far, what I've read, which has been what's released digitally so far, I'm having a lot of fun with it. Continuing the Batman animated series universe and introducing characters into that universe that we've never seen, like Deathstroke, Jason Todd. Really cool stuff. What's up, Fable? How are you doing? Just started watching the Harley Quinn cartoon. It's hilarious. That's what I'm hearing. I may have to cave in and check that out. I know the artist on Venom loves to draw Thor here on the Kid interview. Yeah, Ryan Stegman, he loves him some Thor. Do not be surprised to see Stegman jump over to do maybe an arc of Thor. That I definitely see that as something that could very much possibly happen. What do you think of the Void Knight? Have you seen the cover? No, I'm not familiar with what we're talking about. Just not off the top of my head. Advocates. I have not officially joined that. I should get a t-shirt or whatever. Cates is tying it all together, so obvious with Venom Guardian. How is Guardians tied in together? Like, where do you get that from? Its Guardian seems like it just kind of stands out there on its own. But I don't know. And yeah, I saw that Cosmic Omnibus by Cates coming out later this year. That's pretty neat. But that almost leads me to the idea. I get that Silver Surfer Black's tied into Null a little bit. I understand that. And I get that Galactus is involved in this Black Winter story. And maybe we shall see. You know, maybe it is all tied together and Vox is involved and all that kind of stuff. But I just don't think it is. And I think it'd be better if it wasn't all tied into one giant big story. Because I'd like to see him do some stuff that's just kind of outside of that, you know? Which he has. Yeah, Baby Teeth does rule. I saw that someone, in passing, I saw that someone asked how many issues Buzzkill is, and Buzzkill is 4 issues. Binge reading some New 52 titles. What's up, S Squared? How you doing, buddy? Which ones you reading? Wonder Woman's one of my favorites. You know that because I did a top 5 New 52 comics video. Hey, J Strix in the house. That's right. Pop Rambo-thon this Friday night, buddy. You know I'm damned excited about it. You know, man. No, Swamp Thing's... Oh, they're just re-airing on CW the first season of Swamp Thing. Well, and if it gets some recognition, they could definitely be throwing it in there. You know what I'm saying? They could definitely do a second season. Once again, Matthew, I really do appreciate that super chat. And literally, almost getting us halfway to the slime pit. I'm really excited. You guys remember all those slime toys? How's this for a super chat reaction vid? Kool-Aid Man breaking the wall. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I might have to try to put that one together. Hey, what's up, Reggie? How you doing? Would you recommend any Aliens vs. Predator series? No, Brie, I wouldn't because I've never read one that I really liked. So I would definitely recommend seeking someone out who actually likes that stuff. I know people that like, okay, so I showed off the AVP one. I thought the idea they did, was it Fire and Stone? They did another series like that where they did like a Prometheus book and an AVP book and an Alien book and a Predator book, and it was all kind of loosely tied together. So I liked that concept, but I've never read an Aliens versus Predator comic book that I like, but I hear that some of the early stuff. So I think that if you're going to go for quality on this, you want to go to some of the earliest Dark Horse books that they did on those properties. So stuff like in Dark Horse Presents and stuff like that, but I can't fully vouch for them because I've never really read a lot of that stuff. Yeah, we'll talk about Eisner snubs, Tyler, in the second half after the first break. But yeah, lots of snubs. Just bought the HBO Watchmen series for $15 on Vudu. Best $15 I spent in so tying today's life. Yeah, Derek, that Watchmen series is amazing. I was not looking forward to it at all, and I was way surprised. Any thoughts on Mountainhead? Fable, my thoughts on Mountainhead are that I love Mountainhead. I cannot wait for the next issue. The first 3 issues were so solid. John Lees is an absolutely splendid writer and a super cool dude in all my interactions with him, and very pumped for that book. I like it. Just read that Batman Endgame arc. That was fun. Yeah, it was fun, and it ties into a lot to Metal. Oh, Aquaman, New 52, Detective Comics, Wonder Woman, hell yeah. Superman, The Morrison Superman stuff I like. The rest of it just seemed like it was always, like, week to week, they were trying to reconfigure what they were trying to do with Superman. Well, William, after the Rambo video, we're going to take a week off, and we're going to continue to do these live movie nights on Friday nights for a while, because they kind of almost harken back to the original concept of our movie reviews. Back in the early days, like 5 years ago, one of the first shows that we did was a show called PCP Movie Night. And the idea was that we would all get together, we'd watch, we'd have some drinks, and we'd watch this movie, and then right after we watched the movie, we went to the studio, went down to the studio, and we filmed a video of us hanging out, talking about the movie afterwards. And then we kind of get into more of a review style where we're sitting in front of the camera and all that kind of stuff. But I always loved the idea because my favorite stuff in life is going to the movies with my friends. But the best part of it is the discussion that we have afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And we really want to capture that. And so we're doing that now live along with you out there in the PCP Army. And we're having some fun with it. And so we're going to continue those for a while. So Rambo is this week. It's all the Rambo films. I rewatched First Blood last night. Tonight, it's going to be Rambo First Blood Part 2. It's a weird title organization going on with the Rambo films, but I love the Rambo films. I just got in my copy of Last Blood today because I haven't read that. Haven't watched that yet. But after that, we're taking a week off, and then we're coming back, and we're doing a horror movie. It'll be the last horror movie we do until Horror Fest. And we're doing that one because Dylan wants to do a horror movie poll in the PCP Army, and he's going to pick all the movies. So we're doing that. And then the week after that, it's going to be all of the Mission Impossible films. And we're going to continue on Action Fest for a while. But you recommended the War of the Worlds. That would be a cool one to do, actually. Would be a night where we talk about all the different War of the Worlds movies. Wouldn't that be cool? You did say War of the Worlds, didn't you? Where's that comment at? Yeah, War of the Worlds, 54. That's cool. I like that one. I do. And I love the book, and I love League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Volume 2, which is kind of like War of the Worlds. I love the Orson Welles radio drama, so that's a great idea. And that would be something that would lead right perfectly between Action Fest and Horror Fest would be War of the Worlds. Oh, I think you just inspired us. I hope you're there that night we do it. Case Guardians ties in loosely about the Surfer and Wraith. Other than that, I don't believe it did. Yeah, he's telling his stories, and there are threads that are going through. Like, obviously, all that stuff with Surfer, started in his Guardians run. I was just a little disappointed in his Guardians run, to be honest. But I think he got sidetracked by Thor, getting the gig to do Thor. CW Swamp Thing. More pretty kids with problems in the swamp. You know it. Yeah, Derek says Dark Horse Presents and the first 2 series for AVP are good. That's kind of what I've been led to believe. Have you guys ever done a review on Dazed and Confused? Comic Book Therapy? We haven't. I actually just rewatched that. I watched it on my birthday because that's like one of my favorite movies. I love the hell out of Dazed and Confused. And we almost did Dazed and Confused one of those weeks. Well, I can't remember, but instead I think we did the Scorpion film or something, but I was considering doing the Dazed and Confused. That would be a really good one to do. And we will definitely do one of those soon. I love Dazed and Confused. That's one of my favorite movies. Damn, we're going to have to do that soon. But we are focusing on Action Fest. And for Action Fest this year, we're focusing on Rambo and Mission Impossible and something else yet to be determined. And the Mission Impossible thing we're doing because I basically kind of made a deal with my buddy Drew a few years ago that I would watch them, and because I hate the first 2 and I just refused to watch the rest of them, and he really likes them, and every time he brings it up I just talk shit to him, so I'm supposed to finally watch them. So we're finally going to do it. Yeah, Dazed and Confused is great. There's also War of the Worlds comics, I think, in Marvel Presents. Yeah, I think so. Hell yeah. So let's get to the big news. Big shocking news that happened. Diamond being completely abandoned by DC Comics. So we knew that all this drama was happening, and we've been talking about it. But during the Diamond shutdown, they did that the week before Batman 92 was supposed to come out, right? Which is finally seeing print this week. And some people at DC were really unhappy with that. The idea that they thought that Diamond could basically just overnight hold their books hostage, right? They had a lot, depending on Batman 92's launch. Like, they'd been building up to this. Hype was built up. And back in the day when this first happened, we were talking, remember, on one of these shows. And I was thinking, hey, is this just going to make the hype build? And I think it's made that hype build. So anyway, in the Diamond shutdown, DC goes and gets 2 other distributors to start distributing their product before Diamond comes back. And so, like, almost a month before Diamond came back, DC was sending books to shops. They were doing it through UCS and Lunar Distribution, 2 brand new companies. A little bit of research, and you discover that's Midtown Comics and that's DCBS, right? Digital Comic Book Service or whatever, right? So those are... A lot of retailers got pissy about that because Midtown and DCBS are like the biggest online comic book retailers in the nation, right? So they viewed it as being supplied by their direct competition. And we've talked about this so many times. So then Diamond comes back and they're playing catch up with DC. And do remember that when Diamond shut down, before that, they weren't able to pay their publishers. And even now, they owe publishers money, and they're slowly trying to pay it back. But it's a process. Meanwhile, DC, for a while, has been trying to get out of this Diamond deal. And even though the COVID-19 shutdown happened this year, it just happened around the same time that DC's contract was up. Okay? And DC was already trying to find a way around it. But they did make the announcement that they would continue to work with Diamond. So some shops opted out of the UCS and Lunar thing. Some people jumped in full-heartedly. Some people jumped in just to get books for those weeks and then jumped right back out and went along with Diamond. Because we knew that Diamond was still going to distribute DC Comics as well as these other 2 companies. Well, that's changed. DC completely dropped Diamond. They're not going to supply books through Diamond anymore. It has to be UCS or Lunar. So if a shop wants to carry DC periodical comic books, they have to order through 2 other comic shops. Retailers are super pissed. Why are they super pissed? Retailers are pissed because that's like telling, and I've used this analogy a few times, I'll use it again. That's like telling a mom and pop hardware store that they got to buy their product from a Walmart. Do you get what I'm saying? It's completely messed up. Let's say you sell lawnmowers, right? But in order to get a lawnmower, you can't just get from the lawnmower company anymore. The lawnmower company sells them to a Walmart, and then you buy them from Walmart. Man, seems like a conflict of interest. I'm not super cool about that. On the other hand, a lot of retailers have been calling for the breakup of this near monopoly that Diamond has. I mean, they do have a monopoly on the direct market, or at least they did for like 25 years. And a lot of people have been calling for that to kind of end. But is this the way they wanted it to happen? Competition is good, but this just pulls it completely out of Diamond. And here's the thing is, they're saying they're going to honor retailers' discounts that they had with Diamond. Okay, but somewhere down the road that could change, right? What benefit now does this give DCBS and Midtown, right? And you know, the shipping costs are actually more shipping through Midtown or DCBS for the retailers. So that's why retailers are pissed. Customers, some people don't care. Some people couldn't give less of a shit, right? And that's what I've been telling people, because some retailers have vowed to stop carrying DC Comics because of this. Personally, I think that's a bad move, because your like comic shop customers, like people that read Batman or Superman or Wonder Woman or Aquaman or Green Lantern or whatever, DC Comics fans, they don't give a damn where you get those books from. They don't care how much your shipping rates are. They just want to make sure that when they go to your shop, they got their books. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's going to be kind of weird. I don't know if anybody else is going to jump on. I don't think anybody else is. Seems like everybody else is really solidified with Diamond. DC's just breaking it out. They got their new release dates are on Tuesday. You should be able to go, if your shop still carries DC, you're going to be able to go and get your books on Tuesday. That's already a thing. They want to align all their media up. They're trying to restructure some things. The Diamond shutdown just happened at the same time. Now, the shipping costs on the Midtown and the Lunar books are more, but at least I've seen from Lunar Distribution books that are like wrapped up together and then covered in bubble wrap. And Diamond just puts them pretty much in a box, tapes it up and goes. My shop, when we were dealing with them, we dealt with UCS. We didn't get any kind of fancy shipping or anything like that. They pretty much shipped the exact same way Diamond did. So we have shops that are just now starting to reopen. Some shops still not even open, having some financial difficulties, and now adding a second source to have to get these books from, to add to shipping costs. It just doesn't seem like it's the right thing for DC to do towards the retailers, but DC's not, and I don't know anybody. I'm not DC, you know, but I think that most of this is the opportunity for them to affect this change. I don't really think that they're considering the retailers as much as they're considering what they feel is best for them. So I see a lot of different sides. Yeah, Penguin Random House for trades, which you've been able to get trades from them for a long time. So yeah, I mean, that's the news. That's what it is. My shop, we're still going to keep carrying DC Comics because we like to serve our customers. We have many distributors for everything else that we get. So we're just adding a couple more into comics, right? But the thing I personally don't like is that they are retailers as well as distribution. But don't forget that Diamonds, dip their toes into retailing as well. Jeppy's Comic World or whatever. So, there you go. So those are my thoughts. What do you think? DC definitely used COVID to help dump Diamond. I mean, well, it definitely afforded them more of an opportunity probably to do it, but this was apparently something that they had been planning for a while. By the way, how happy do you think Dan DiDio is not have to deal with all this shitstorm? John D. Rockefeller, competition is a sin. That's what it seems. It's just so crazy because I understand why some retailers are angry, but to see some retailers that really criticize hardcore Diamond and then on the other side be like, oh, how terrible. Like if they weren't comic shops as well, if they weren't comic book retailers as well, Midtown and DCBS, if that wasn't the case, I think the reaction would be a little bit different. Just a little bit. But it's still, the timing is very unfortunate for a lot of shops that are struggling almost to get back going. Yeah, the trades will come from Penguin Random House. I think you could still get the trades through UCS and Lunar too, though, because Lunar is DCBS and they also are part of In-Stock Trades, and Midtown handles all the digital subscriptions for DC, and we were getting trade paperbacks during the Diamond shutdown from UCS. So the other thing too is UCS just announced that they're selling back issues of stock from other publishers, Marvel, IDW, Boom, whatever. Which actually, they would probably have more stock than Diamond does, because Diamond runs out of new comics pretty quickly. And Midtown would probably, but it's all going to be based on different prices. And I mean, this is Midtown's like, oh, by the way, you can get back stock. You can buy from our back stock to fill your back stock. It's messed up a little bit. What's up, Kirby? I said this on Friday night, says Herminio, but one of the LCSs next to me already started more endings like Vault and Boom Studios. Well, they should, because those are the books that are booming and that you want to hold in your vault. Anyway, those are really great books, and I strongly feel you got to stock the books your customers want, and you got to stock books that you can sell to customers. I know there are plenty of shops that don't do this, I guess, but it's very much a passion of mine to hand sell comic books to people, to figure out what they like, and recommend something non-superhero, non-mainstream that totally brings them over into the indie world, where you have this plethora of original content, amazing, brilliant, original and unique stories. Loved it. Kirby says, I recently ordered a book from your shop's eBay store. Packaging was immaculate. Yeah, they do a great job upstairs in the warehouse and eBay office. That's mad props to Ephraim and Fats. Mostly Ephraim, though. Let's be honest. Hey, what's up, Funko Fix Doggy? So the mom and pop shops are buying from the Walmart retailers, what you're saying. In a way, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Do you think this creates opportunity for Boom Vault, or are they in danger? No, it creates opportunity. Diamond, I don't think Diamond's in danger, but they are losing like a quarter of their market right there. So there's that, but I think that the Geppy or Jeppy family or whatever is I think they're strong enough financially. So we'll see. But yeah, it's always a great opportunity for Boom and Vault, to ever. It's been a good opportunity for them these last few weeks when there hasn't been much new content on shelves to be able to put out some good new stuff. But hell yeah, they're blowing up. Derek says, the timing is horrible, but hopefully it turns out for the better and doesn't turn into the Marvel distributor fiasco. Yeah, we can hope, right? Hey, what's up, Jeff? One love from Chicago. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. So those are some of my thoughts on the DC Diamond stuff. So what do you guys want to talk about? What you want to say? Once again, Matthew, I really do appreciate that super chat. Getting us almost halfway toward the Horde slime pit. Yeah, I found I got 2 Hordaks. Well, I got more than 2, but I got 2 different Hordaks. I got the Buzzsaw one, but it's missing all of its pieces. I got the regular Hordak. I got Grizzlord and Leech. And I've got, was it Dragstore? Is that the draggy one? And then there's Mosquitor. And I have the Horde Trooper. And literally the same day that I was talking with my homie Mike about how Masters of the Universe figures will snap their rubber over time, the rubber snapped on one of my legs. And it really sucks. So I got it kind of jammed in there so it can stand. But I have to get a new Horde Trooper. And when I got that Horde Trooper years ago, it wasn't near as much as it is now. So I was looking them up on eBay and they're way too much. But I do want to get a new one. Or My homie's mic's actually learning how to fix those, so maybe we can get it fixed. So that's super cool too. Anyway, I have a Modulock and a Multibot in the works, right? But when I was like, man, I need to get that slime pit. I got to get the slime pit. Make a video and slime a He-Man or something. I don't know. I have been getting the Funko wave for the Mo 2 stuff, like the newer stuff you're talking about, like I mean, they just lost the license, but you know, like that stuff right there. Like I have a bunch of those. We're about to start focusing a little bit more on toys again. We're gonna start doing some toy videos. Hey, we got a super chat, everybody, so thank you so much. Let's hear this dope song. We are now over halfway towards the Evil Horde Slime Pit. Much appreciated, CMA Thunder. We're going to buy this complete, probably not with package. We're going to keep it cheap. And we're going to make a video and we're going to slime it. But CMA Thunder, I got to give you mad props and respect for the super chats. Oh, damn. Reggie just hit us with one, too. Yeah. Yo, what's up, Reggie? It's good to see you around with 1111 Super Chat. Thank you so much. We are now well over halfway to the Evil Horde Slime Pit. We're very damn close. Thank you so much, Reggie. Thank you so much, CMA Thunder. Reggie, y'all really helping us out. Supporting the channel. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. You make doing what we do validated. We feel validated when we get your support like that. So we really do appreciate it. And I think you guys also just want to see that slime pit video. So do I. So do I. Derek says, a video game place opened for the first time in 3 months, had a ton of figures I was looking for. Batman Who Laughs, Harley, Batwoman, Legends, Doom, etc. All clearanced. Great deal, Derek. I had to pay pretty much full price for my Doom and Batman Who Laughs, but hell yeah, good for you, buddy. Damn, Robbie, I can remember getting my best friend the Slime Pit for his 11th birthday 34 years ago. Yeah. I never had the Slime Pit, so I'm very excited. And we're very damn close. Very damn close. Within one stream, and that's amazing. So thank you guys so much. Hey, what's up, Mike? Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo is making a live update right now. Okay. Well, I have to check that out when we're done to see what's going on. Right now, as far as I'm aware, it's planned for July. Pretty much a month and a couple weeks away. But we'll see what the update is. Maybe it's a guest announcement, maybe it's some rule announcements, maybe it's a postponement, maybe who knows. Shabam got some 9/11 super chat numerology. Yep. Just in time for the Joker 80th. That's right, the Joker videos. We've been privileged to have 3 of them tonight. So thank you, Matthew. Thank you, CMA Thunder. And thank you, Reggie, for the super chats and helping me realize the dream of the Horde Slime Pit. Very excited. I have to get some slime. Because, you know, you can't get that old school slime don't work anymore. It's all messed up. Hey, Tomorrow Cinema is in the house. What's up? Good to see you back in action. Really loving your action figure stuff. Fable, thank you so much. He says, let's get that pit tonight. Yeah. We're now $5 away to the Horde Slime Pit. $5 more, I order that shit tonight. I cannot wait to make a video of this. But don't forget, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we're getting that slime pit, baby. Feel it in the future very soon. $5 more and we get that slime pit and another Joker video for you. Thank you, Faithful Mob, helping us realize our dreams. Hey, Tomorrow Cinema's got 5 on it. We just did it, everybody. We have crowdfunded the Evil Horde Slime Pit. Thank you so much, Fable and Tomorrow. Much appreciated. Don't worry, y'all. I'll buy the slime myself. Thank y'all so much. I really like this beat. I really do. Me and Strickland gonna have to write some lyrics to it. Perform it live for you guys one day. It's like I'm ready to hit the Joker button, but God, I just love the sound of this. Ooh. That bass. So good. Okay, here we go. Oh, damn. We got another one. Breezy. I was too slow. Don't worry. $5 towards slime. $5 towards slime. All super chats now go towards slime. Hell yeah. Damn, that sounds good. All right. Wow, thank y'all so much. I really do appreciate that. We're going to get the slime. Somebody asked me, how long does the slime last? I think it lasts until it's completely coated in cat hair, which, knowing the state of my place, will probably last about 2 to 3 uses. So we'll have to stock up on some slime. But yeah, hell yeah. Thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and get into what's coming out this week before we go into our first break. Man, I'm humbled. Thank you so much for the super chats. So, we're going to take a look at what's coming up in comic shops this week. We'll take a look at Previews World. I guess, are they not going to have DC on here? Since Previews World is part of the Diamond Web stuff, is that going to be... Are they going to take DC out of this? I don't know. That'd be weird, huh? It'd be very weird. We got more of a big time week this week from Dark Horse Comics. First of all, The Baltimore Omnibus, Volume 2, hardcover. That's a great book. Count Crowley, Reluctant Monster Hunter, the trade paperback. That's great. We got lots of cool collections. In fact, we pretty much only have collections from Dark Horse this week. Look at that. Steeple, Triage, Steam, Scary Godmother Omnibus. Hell yeah, I didn't know that was coming. That's exciting. Okay, so that's Dark Horse. From IDW, we've got Cobra Kai Karate Kid Saga Continues number 4, the final issue. Disney Comics and Stories number 12. Kill Lock number 5, the penultimate issue. The new issue of Mountainhead, issue number 4. The Pandemica trade. A Parker Martini edition hardcover slipcase, volume 1. Nice. Very nice. Wellington number 4. Color Classics, TMNT. Some cool stuff from IDW. Dynamite. We have The Death-Defying Devil, number 3. We have Deja Thoris, number 5. James Bond, number 5. Kiss Zombies, number 5. Red Sonja, Age of Chaos, number 3. Vampirella, number 9. Vampirella Red Sonja, number 8. Boom's been on fire lately. Let's see if that fire continues. It does. We got Faithless 2, number 1. Out this week. Go-Go Power Rangers, number 32. The next, Just Beyond by R.L. Stine. Horror and Happy Landings. I've got the Scare School one. I still haven't read it. The next issue of Something is Killing the Children is out this week. Number 7. That's very cool. And we got Jim Henson's Dark Crystal Age of Resistance, number 8. From some of the other publishers, we have Archangel 8, number 2 from AWA. Air War Stories, number 1. Battle Cats, Tales of Valdaria, number 3 from Mad Cave. From Aftershock, we have Artemis and Assassin, number 2. The Sumerian Red Nails, number 1 from Ablaze. Those are the more R-rated Conan-type stories. Deep Blue, number 1 from Mythos. Some Dynamic Forces stuff. Dryad, number 2 from Oni Press. I remember being impressed with issue number 1. Also from Mad Cave, we have Hellfighter Quinn, number 2, written by my homie Jay Sandlin. We have Join the Future, not John the Future, but Join the Future, number 2 from Aftershock. I've read that issue so far, and it's pretty freaking awesome. From AWA, we have a new one, Old Haunts, number 1, right there. 3 made men standing at the brink of retirement find their unbreakable bond put to the ultimate test when they are suddenly assaulted by the ghosts of their past. Confronted and confronted by decades of buried secrets, resentments, affairs, double crosses, and murders, the 3 friends have no choice but to unearth the deepest, darkest sin from their past and pray they don't find an empty grave. That sounds pretty cool. Rick and Morty Go to Hell, number 1. I will check that one out for sure. Project Icarus, number 3. Shapes, number 5. Yep. Undone by Blood, number 3. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 0 Day Threat, number 1. From Image Comics, we're getting back to the swing of things. We have Adventure Man, number 1, a new book from Image Comics. We have Bitterroot returning with issue number 8. Excellence, number 7. Die, 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 number 10. Finally, the second issue of Decorum, the Jonathan Hickman book. Ice Cream Man, number 19. Oh my goodness. Philadelphia, number 6. Sonata, number 10. Undiscovered Country, number 6. And Stealth, number 2. This is the best week Image has had since Diamond returned. From DC, we have Amethyst, number 3. Batman Secret Files, number 3. Batman The Adventures Continue finally sees print with issue number 1 this week. Batman's Grave returns with issue number 7 and a beautiful Frank Quitely variant cover. You know I'm getting that one. Flash 755 with a Matteo Scalera variant that looks nice. Harley Quinn 73. A new omnibus hardcover of Infinite Crisis. That's pretty freaking cool. Does that include like the OMAC project and all that? If it does, I might have to invest. The Joker 80th Anniversary 100-page super spectacular with some beautiful covers. I'm definitely getting the Sienkiewicz 80s cover. Like 100% getting that one. That Dell'Otto 90s cover is dope too, though. It would make a nice pairing with the Catwoman that just recently came out. Justice League number 46. Lois Lane number 11. Legion of Superheroes number 6. Justice League Odyssey. J-Lo number 21. Nightwing number 71. Superman Giant number 3. Hell yeah. Good week from DC. For Marvel, we have a light week, but we do have some new comics. We have Black Cat number 11. Daredevil number 20. Deadpool number 5. and Excalibur number 10, Miles Morales Spider-Man 17, and New Mutants number 10. That's what's coming out in shops this week. What are you most excited for? Me, Join the Future, Undone by Blood, and more X-Books returning. That's Excalibur and New Mutants. Probably not my favorite X-Books, but I'm just excited to see more X-Books show up. So how is everybody doing? Let's take a look at the comments, see what's going on. I would break curfew and get beaten with a baton to get some slime tonight. Well, don't go that far. Is Hordak the keeper of the pit? Yeah, his face is on it and everything. The army is in the house. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, just that's more slime. Derek says, I knew a kid that put the flocked cat into the slime pit. Didn't turn out well. Yeah, you don't do that. You do not. Panther already gets messed up pretty easily. So yeah, you don't really want to have that going on. We need a very slimy video. Yeah, I got to find the best slime to get. If anybody has any kind of an in on what's the best modern day slime that replicates that old school feel, just let me know. Shout out in the PCP Army. Agreed, Robbie. Very West Coast Cali Snoop Dogg vibe on that group. Yeah, I like it. You'll be hearing that song more often. The slime would help me escape. Wow. Hey, Bueller popped in. Robbie, just wanted to say hello. Can't really stay, but have a great show, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Really do appreciate that. Love some Bueller. I'm very excited to have Bueller on this week. Robbie, you should just use my video for this part. You have my permission, buddy. Bueller, I actually thought about that. I really did. A few weeks ago, I was like, when I brought it back, the idea, because we used to do this every week on the Rockin Robbie Live, is we would take a look at what's coming up. And usually I would just read off the list. And I actually thought I should just do commentary on Bueller's video for this. But no, man, Bueller gives you the best look at what's coming out. He shows you all the covers. He covers every single book that comes out. That video is always available on his channel the Wednesday, like the week before New Comic Book Day. So he already covered all this in his video Wednesday. And I don't mind cutting mine out and putting it out on Monday mornings right now because he gets thousands of views on his, and I let his run the way. But yeah, I should do that one day. If I have your permission, I'll just play your video and comment. I'll do commentary on your video. Good old Bueller. Very excited to have Bueller on the show with me and Perry Thursday night for a Teen Dog Shades night. Hope he remembers. Better start spamming them both right now. Yeah, Faithless is going to have an X-rated cover, and that one per store is already starting to heat up. Yeah, Archangel 8 is Michael Morisi. Oh, I got plenty of cat hair. No news I have heard on Frank Quitely going back to a monthly book. Mike is now looking for slime. We want green slime for the Horde. I'll tell you that. Because it was green slime originally. If you look at that picture. Teen Dog Trifecta. Yeah, you right. You right. Yeah, that new Comic Book Day video for Bueller, I love it. I actually watched that video. You can see all the covers and all that kind of stuff. To be honest, there's really no reason to cover what's coming out this week because of Bueller's video. The Art Germ Joker 80th anniversary is amazing. Yeah, that looks good too. I like the Sienkiewicz and the Dell'Otto. The Dell'Otto is by far my favorite Catwoman. What Catwoman book did you if anybody picked up the Catwoman book from last week, what cover did you get? I got the Dell'Otto 90s. Which means I have like the 90s cover for a lot of these. Not the action, because I got the Allred cover and the Rude cover on that one, which was 30s and 60s. For Detective, I think for Detective I got the Jim Lee cover, to be honest. Pretty sure I did. For the Flash, I got the Monopool cover, so I didn't get the 90s one on that one. I didn't like the 90s Flash cover that much. Was that Dell'Otto? It was okay. But, yeah, I really like that. I got the 90s Robin cover, because that's Tim Drake. That's Tim Drake. All right, y'all, we're about to take a quick break. I do thank you once again for helping cover the slime pit. That's going to be ordered right as soon as we log off here. And now we're going to be getting some slime. So you can make a gallon of it for $15. And yeah, I'm not really big into crafts though. But I might try that too. So hell yeah. So Super Chats have already covered the slime pit, but any future Super Chats will go to cover more slime, I guess we should say, for tonight. But thank you guys so much. You're so gracious, and I really do appreciate it. We're about to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking about the Eisner nominations and the snubs, probably more. Yeah, we see. We got some... Herminio got the 90s cover. David got the Hughes, Campbell, Art Germ, and Cho Catwoman covers. But we do need something to talk about when we hang out, even if Bueller was awesome. That's true. That's true. Catwoman 40s and 60s for William. Hell yeah. Okay. Anyway, when we come back, we'll be talking about the Eisners. We'll be doing Marvel in the 90s, and we'll be doing a little bit of show and tell. We're going to leave you with this is from one of our first EPs we did back in the day. This song is called Paralyzed. It's the same one that we played last week, but I really like this song. I wrote the entire thing myself. Obviously, I didn't write Kevin's lyrics. He wrote his own lyrics. I wrote my own lyrics, but I wrote all the music. But I like this one. It's called Paralyzed. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
I walk along these dark hills, surprised how fast this heart chills. I can't tell if this part's real, just know how rough this spark feels. I'm looking for those far fields, he tells me it's a hard deal. I say I've got my God's shield, he says he makes the stars real. Damn motherfucker, that's a hell of a boast. Now I know we all proper, but there's more the most. So here's the toast to the ghost that close the most. You keep talking shit, you get burnt like toast. And I'm not trying to hate, man, it's all for the good. Trying to live a lesson and it's all for the hood. Need to calm down and I wish that you would. Gotta give to get and I know that you could. So let me take you downtown, bass makes a pound sound. But he wants to clown around, faces on the ground now. Tasting his foul mouth, thinks he's a hellhound. Tries to give a loud howl, but he doesn't know how. That's how you fucking bitch. He thinks he understands me. He sees right through me, he says. He must not understand this glass will break his fucking head. My dreams materialize. He's got those envious eyes. He better stay outside. He steps in here, he's paralyzed.
What gives? Is it truly just a matter of chance? Or are you just a loser trying to make an advance? On stage when we battle, haters pissing their pants. Realization that they basic full is lacking in stance. Chop it up, rearrange it, throw it back in their face. Never mind a second thought, I lay that shit to waste. Where you get those silly rhymes at the dollar store trash? Man, you're really silly, so I'm gonna be brash. That's to me, little pussy, and you won't come back. Albert Einstein lyrics and you brothers some time. Genius lines, spitted verses, and we always on the grind. Contemplating hesitations got you blowing your mind. Pass the mic, pack it up, and leave the ego behind. Kids, you really got me wonder why the fuck you even try. Oh well, get high, smoke trees, I can't lie. Understanding real lyrics like the Fisher Price rhymes to the top. We don't stop, hip-hop is not dead. Just invested with some parasites injecting us in. Formulating, agitate, now you're starting to grin. Cause you think the story's over, but it's ready to begin. But it's ready to begin. It's ready to begin.
He thinks he understands me. He sees right through me, he says. He must not understand this glass will break his fucking head. My dreams materialize. He's got those envious eyes. He better stay outside. He steps in here, he's paralyzed. He's paralyzed as a mental state. You had your chance to rehabilitate. Now why you spying at my golden plate? Go back to your cave and hibernate. You ain't that dope cause you hesitate. And as for me, ain't got the time to waste. These worlds collide, reform and reshape. Now you're left standing lukewarm and irate. Damn motherfucker, you be cutting it close. Ain't it past your bedtime and it's time for my show. It's a toast to the bros that are dope the most. I'm that crazy motherfucker, we the basement show. Greenlit by my muse and it does fucking matter. When I show some love, all you suckers get sadder. I've been through the desert and my clothes are in tatters. Still, I control you like I was the Mad Hatter. Now I'm going on stage about a lot engaged. Trying to bring a new agent into the bitter rage. A message I relay across all kinds of ways. Till you try to find a way to spread out your lame hate. Cause that's all you know how to do. He thinks he understands me. He sees right through me, he says. He must not understand this glass will break his fucking head. My dreams materialize. He's got those envious eyes. He better stay outside. He steps in here, he's paralyzed. He thinks he understands me. He sees right through me, he says. He must not understand this glass will break his fucking head. My dreams materialize. He's got those envious eyes. He better stay outside. He steps in here, he's paralyzed.
Hey everybody, welcome back here to Pop Culture Philosophers and Rockin Robbie Live. I am your host, Rockin Robbie. And that's why it's Rockin Robbie Live, because we are here live. And this show is driven by your comments, questions, thoughts, concerns, all that jazz and more. So get your questions, get your thoughts, get everything, get your conversations going. And let's drive the second half of Rockin Robbie Live. I do want to say you can support us at patreon.com/PCP or with Super Chat. We've already reached the goal of the Evil Horde Slime Pit, but it never hurts to get some slime to go along with it. You can support us, though, at patreon.com/PCP, like these fine people right here: David, Alex, Brian, Yak, Nelson, Reggie, Brian, the Brian's 3, ACS, right? David G, DD Bullseye, Dean Dunlaney, HC James, Jason, Javi, Josh, Kenneth, Lewis, Monmeet, Michael, Mikey, Robert, Timo, TJ, William. We appreciate your continued support. You can unlock exclusive content at patreon.com/PCP, early access to certain things, including the weekly comic book review in a downloadable audio file that is available hours before it drops on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for your support there. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheRockinRobbie. You can check us out on Facebook and on Instagram. And if you're on Instagram, follow us. But if you're on Facebook, you should join the PCP Army. It's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. It's a fun place to be. We do movie poll reviews or movie polls there to determine what movie we will review. We're doing one very, very soon for our final horror movie until Horror Fest. All Dylan approved movie poll, I should say. And yeah, check us out at popculturephilosophers.com for podcasts, blogs, and a whole lot more, because Jay Strick's been on there doing a little bit of advanced reviews and things like that. So you definitely want to check him out there. He's helping me carry the brunt of some of the advanced reviews that I always get behind on. Speaking of advanced reviews, tomorrow on the channel, you can catch my review for Bleed Them Dry #1. It's a vampire ninja cyberpunk from Vault Comics that releases at the end of the month. Thursday, catch me, Bueller, and Perry on a Teen Dog Shades live special. And then Friday night, we're doing a live retrospective review on the entire Rambo franchise. That's right, the Rambo-thon is kicking off Action Fest 2020 on Friday night. We still have lots of excitement coming up here tonight, like show and tell. I got a great badass toy haul. We got a Marvel in the 90s segment planned. And we'll be talking about the Eisners. But first, let's get to some questions, some thoughts, and all that kind of stuff. Everybody's still talking about their Catwoman books that they got. Hell yeah. Jay Strick is the man, Herminio. And I know you're just saying that because he's a Knicks fan. I will tell you this. I gave him a Yankees hat one time, and I told him, be a Yankees fan. He could never fully commit to being a Yankees fan. Therefore, he lost the hat. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. No civil upheavals in Alabama as far as I'm aware. We've had a lot of protests. We've had protests in our own area. We've had protests, peaceful protests in our area in which the cops then tear gassed and used rubber bullets on some of the people, and that's very weird to hear in my town. I know that down in Birmingham, they're removing the Confederate statue. There's a lot of those around. There's one outside the courthouse in our own city, and I think that we're going to be able to finally get that one removed. But yeah, for the most part, everybody I know has been cool. So I know a lot of people that have been a part of the protests downtown, and it hasn't been as crazy as it got in some other cities for sure. But for Huntsville, it's a little crazy. I saw a video today of a cop just like pepper spraying people, just walking down the street, and they're peaceful and they're trying to get them to disperse. But I don't know. That is what it is. It's crazy times, but I think it's a righteous cause that people are protesting for right now. Yeah, you got to talk to him about that, Herminio. I tell him that the Yankees are always accepting new fans. Took part in a live stream yesterday on a girl's Mandela Effect channel. YouTube shut her down live for hate speech, so talking about it is interesting. Things here in Montgomery have been peaceful so far. Yeah. I don't know of any other place. I know that in Birmingham, they've been doing some protests. Here in Huntsville, they've been doing them. Fable says, I was close to that madness on Fordham in the Bronx. Wow, yeah. There was some crazy video from that. Crazy. So comic book wise, I'm very excited for Join the Future #2. I can't wait for you guys to read it. I got to read it before the shutdown, but I wasn't allowed to talk about it. But now I can talk about it, and it's awesome. It's fantastic. If you like the setup in issue #1, you're really going to love what Zach Kaplan and company do in the next one. You know what I'm saying? Really good stuff. Yeah, Fable, be careful. Be careful. I got such a badass toy haul. When will drive-in theaters return? They've already started returning in my area. I've never been to a drive-through. I guess we'll go to one day soon. I don't know. Did you guys hear that they're pretty sure now they're going to delay Tenet? Yeah. We've had one actual movie theater open up in my town. They opened up last weekend. I don't know what they're playing, but they're open. Yep, I'm from Alabama. Oh, I didn't give you I made you buy the hat? Is that what happened? Is that really what happened, Strickland? I'm just saying your lack of faith and commitment to the Yankees caused you to lose that hat. I do remember that. It's because, here's the thing. I didn't do it out of the graciousness of my own heart, Herminio. I bought a size too big. And so I was like, here, buy this. I bought me another one. I made you pay for it. I didn't make you pay the shipping, though, I'm sure. Hey, what's up, TK's Back Cave? How you doing, homie? David says drive-in theaters were awesome. I miss them. There's some drive-in theaters somewhere around us that's playing stuff because they were playing Jaws. Because they're playing like old school stuff right now. We got caught up. We watched Invisible Man last week. Did that review. But don't forget, Friday night, me, Strickland, Jelani, Brooks, and Dylan, newly freshly minted. Remember the Excitable PCP crew. We're going to be talking about the Rambo movies. Strick's watching them for the very first time. I almost envy him. He's like Perry. He's never seen the majority of all these movies. But, I don't know if Perry's never seen Rambo. I just got in my copy of Last Blood today. I haven't seen that one. But I love the Rambo films. Very excited. So very cool stuff. Here in a second, we'll be talking about the Eisners. So let me pull up the full list. Though mostly, I mean, I mostly listed the big ones on the weekly pop culture wrap-up. But we'll go into more of the full list. All right. Let's see here. Mike says he watched Last Blood today. Did you like it, Mike? Yeah, the Eisner nominees have been announced. Well, typically they reveal them at Comic-Con, so. Jay Strick says, I just watched up to 3. First Blood is my favorite so far. John Rambo's a straight badass. He is. And I mean, First Blood is the best one. So let's talk about the Eisners. So we got a best short story category, Hot Comb, How to Draw a Horse, The Menopause, Who Gets Called an Unfit Mother, and You're Not Going to Believe What I'm About to Tell You. I haven't read any of those. Best single issue / one shot, Coin Op number 8, Infatuation, The Freak, Minotaur, Our Favorite Thing is My Favorite Thing is Monsters, and Sobek by James Stokoe, who I love his art, but I have not checked out this book. He's got a lot of nominations this year, but I've not read any of that stuff. Best continuing series. Here's where we can dig in a little bit. Bitterroot, Criminal, Crowded, Daredevil, The Dreaming, and Immortal Hulk. I think that's fair. I think that's pretty fair. Out of that, I think The Dreaming probably deserves to win. I think Criminal will win. Immortal Hulk is an odd choice maybe a year ago. Criminal, though, Crowded, Daredevil, Bitterroot. It's like they always got to throw in some Marvel, you know? But Bitterroot's a great book, too. But I would have gone Bitterroot Best New Series, right? That's just me. But I think The Dreaming is very deserved of this award because I just read that book all the way through in just a couple of days, and it's beautiful, and it's brilliant, and it deserves all the nominations. Best Limited Series, Ascender, Ghost Tree, Little Bird, Naomi Sentient. I do not disagree with any of these nominees, but These Savage Shores should be in there. So, whatever. But Sentient's great, Naomi's great, Little Bird's great, Ghost Tree's great, Ascender's great. But I would definitely say that my pick is Little Bird. I thought Little Bird was the best comic book of last year. Best New Series, Undiscovered Country, Something is Killing the Children, Once and Future, Invisible Kingdom, and Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom? So out of all of these, first of all, I'm going to point out G. Willow Wilson's Invisible Kingdom from Dark Horse has a lot of nominations. That's a book I only read like a couple issues of, kind of fell out of. I don't really even remember what it was about. So definitely going to have to be checking that one out. Undiscovered Country, that's fine. Once and Future and Something is Killing the Children, 100% deserved of this. Either one of them could win and I would be completely pleased. I would give the edge to Something is Killing the Children because it affects more emotional resonance, I think, from the reader. So I would pick that one above Once and Future, but Once and Future is pretty dope. And it's got some wicked-ass coloring and artwork. But Doctor Doom. Okay, so I had some comments on the weekly pop culture wrap-up today, and I'm not trying to hate on the Doctor Doom book or anything like that, but are you telling me out of everything new from comics over the last year, Doctor Doom is one of the... It's not even the... You tell me it's a better book than Thor? You telling me it's a better book than... I don't know, what else is their best? I mean, maybe they don't count Thor because they're always playing it, but the new Thor book is way more deserved of this than Doctor Doom. I do not like that Doctor Doom book. I think it misses the point of the character. I think it misses the mark completely. I've tried. But I know that there are fans of that book. That's cool. But even if you're a fan of Doctor Doom, Eisner nominated for Best New Series? Are you serious? Like, for real? Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen could have been nominated for Best New Series or Best Limited Series, right? No love for Matt Fraction and Steve Lieber and Nathan Fairbairn and what they're doing on Jimmy Olsen right now. DC's, like, seriously, low-key best comic book out. Come on, man. I just don't get the Doctor Doom thing. I do not get it at all. I guess I need to reread it. I got them all. I'm a Dr. Doom snob fan, so let's do it. Best publication for early readers, comics easy as ABC, Kitten Construction Company, A Bridge to Fur, The Pigeon Has to Go to School, A Trip to the Top of the Volcano with Mouse, Vamos, Let's Go to the Market. I really like the title of that, but here's an even better title, Who Wet My Pants? What? I've never read any of these, but I really want to read those last two. Vamos, Let's Go to the Market, and Who Wet My Pants? What? Best publication for kids, Akisi, More Tales of Mischief, Dogman, For Whom the Ball Rolls. We talk about Dogman when we talk about the importance of those youth-oriented graphic novels. Guts, I tell you what, if that's not based on the Nickelodeon show from the 90s, I'll be very disappointed. New Kid, This Was Our Pact. I hear great stuff about that. And The Wolf in Underpants. That's a good title, too. Best publication for teens, Harley Quinn, Breaking Glass. Have not read it, but I have looked at Steve Pugh's artwork for that, and it looks goddamn gorgeous. Hot Comb, Kiss Number 8, Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. I hear amazing things about that. And that's also Mariko Tamaki, who's the writer of the Harley Quinn book. And Penny Nichols, I've been hearing about this one too. M.K. Reed, Craig Means, Matt Weigel. Best humor publication, Anatomy of Authors, Death Wins a Goldfish, Minotaur, Sobek, The Way of the House Husband, Volume 1, Wonder Mark, Friends You Can Write On. Never read any of those, but I really want to check out that Sobek book. Best Anthology, ABC of Typography, Baltic Comics Anthologies, 34 through 37, Drawing Power, Women's Stories of Sexual Violence, Harassment, and Survival, Kramer's Ergot, number 10, and The Nib, number 2 through 4. I've never read any of those. Best reality-based work, Good Talk, A Memoir and Conversations, Grass, Kid Gloves, 9 Months of Careful Chaos, Moonbound, Apollo 11 and the Dream of Spaceflight. I might have to check that one out. My Solo Exchange Diary, Volume 2. And They Called Us Enemy by George Takei. I have read that. That's a good one. Best Graphic Album, New, Are You Listening? Bessimina, BTTM FDRS, Life on the Moon, New World, Reincarnation Stories. Not read any of that. Best Graphic Album Reprint, Bad Weekend. That's my pick because it's the only one I know. Except for Cover. Cover, that's a good one too. Clyde Fans, Glenn Genghis, LaGuardia. Oh, I know that one. That one's okay. Rusty Brown. Best Adaptation from Another Medium, Giraffes on Horseback Salad, Salvador Dali, The Marx Brothers, and The Strangest Movie Never Made. That sounds really interesting. The Giver, The Handmaid's Tale, the graphic novel, H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness. I had this in my shop, but I never picked it up, but I hear really good stuff about it. It's a manga adaptation of At the Mountains of Madness. The Seventh Voyage and Snow, Glass, Apples. Best U.S. edition of International Material, Diabolical Summer, Gramercy Park, The House, Maggie Garrison, Stay, and Wrath of Phantomas. Best U.S. edition of International Materia from Asia, Beastars, Cats of the Louvre, Grass, Magic Knight, Ray Earth 25th Anniversary Edition, Poe Clan, Witch Hat, Atelier. So I've never read any of this stuff. Best Archival Collection, Project Strips, Cham, the best comic strips and graphic novelettes, Ed Leftingwell's Little Joe, the George Harriman Library, Crazy and Ignatz, Crazy Cat, The Complete Color Sundays, Madness and Crowds, The Teeming Mind of Harrison Cady, and Pogo Volume 6, Clean as a Weasel. It's clueless. This makes me feel like I'm not a comic book expert. Best Archival Collection Project from Comic Books, Alley Oop, The Complete Greepax Volume 5 American Stories, Jack Kirby's Dingbat Love. I need to check that out, especially since it's from John Morrow. Moonshadow, the definitive edition, Stan Sakai's Usagi Yojimbo, the complete Grass Cutter Artist Select. Grass Cutter is the best Usagi book. And that Miyoko Asagia feeling. Now we're getting to more familiar territory here. Best writer, Bobby Kernal for Ghost Tree, M.K. Reed and Greg Means for Penny Nichols, Mariko Tamaki for Harley Quinn, Breaking Glass, Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me, Louis Trondheim for Stay and Maggie Garrison, G. Willow Wilson for Invisible Kingdom and Miss Marvel, Chip Zdarsky, White Trees, Daredevil, Spider-Man Life Story, and Afterlift. Out of all of those, I mean, I don't think Zdarsky's deserving of it this year. Though those are some great books, so maybe he does, but I feel like we're missing Darcy Van Polgeest. We're missing Ram V. I see some names missing. Donnie Cates, Jeff Lemire, Jonathan Hickman. Why is House of X Powers of 10 not on there? But out of all of them, I think Kernal should win, Ghost Tree, but I haven't read some of the others, so I don't know. Best Writer Artist, Nina Bunjavak, Mira Jacob, Kum Suk, Gendry Kim, James Takoe, Raina Tellemeier, and Teely Walden. The only one of those that I am super familiar with is James Takoe, so hell yeah, more power to him. Best Penciler, Inker, or Penciler Inker Team, Ian Bertram for Little Bird, Colleen Doran for Snow, Glass, and Apples, Bill Key Evely for The Dreaming, Simon Gain for Ghost Tree. Glad to see the Ghost Tree love. Steve Pugh for Harley Quinn, Breaking Glass, and Rosemary Valero O'Connell for Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. Bertram 100%, but if Evely gets it, it would not surprise me. Best Painter / Digital Artist, Didier Casagrain, Alessandre Clarissa, David Mack, that's my pick for this one, Leah Maze, Julia Raclau, and Christian Ward. Christian Ward's art for the Invisible Kingdom covers, at least. I don't remember if he did the interior, did he? Good stuff there, but David Mack, I mean, come on. Best Cover Artist, Jen Bartel, Francisco Francavilla, David Mack, Emma Rios, Julian Totino, and Christian Ward. Y'all know it's Francisco Francavilla for me anytime. Best Coloring, Lorena Alvarez, Jean-Francois Balou, Matt Hollingsworth, Molly Mendoza, and Dave Stewart. I think there's some snubs here as well. I think Chris O'Halloran for Ice Cream Man. In fact, where's the Ice Cream Man love? There we go. But my pick for this would be Matt Hollingsworth, the Batman White Knight stuff, and Little Bird as well. It's great work. Then we have a few more. Best Lettering, Darren Bennett, Jim Campbell, Clayton Cowles, Amelia Platel, Stan Sakai, Tilly Walden. I'm going to go ahead and say Jim Campbell because that's the closest we're getting to a vault pick here, because he is he was the letterer of Maul, of the plot of Wasted Space, but missing some vault here. Man, we're almost done. We're just going to run through these last ones. Best Comics Related Periodical / Journalism, Comic Riffs, The Comics Journal, Hogan's Alley, Inks, Lab Magazine, Women Who Write About Comics, not familiar. Best Comics Related Book, The Art of Nothing, The Book of Weirdo, Grunt, Logo A Go-Go, Making Comics, Screwball, no opinion. Best Academic Scholarly Work, The Art of Perry Yuan, Space, Landscape, and Comics Form. The comics are Rutu Modon, EC Comics, Race, Shock, and Social Protest. The Peanuts Papers, Writers and Cartoonists on Charlie Brown, Snoopy and the Gang, and the Meaning of Life. That sounds the best. Producing Mass Entertainment, Women's Manga in Asia and Beyond. Best Publication Design, Grunt, The Art and Unpublished Comics of James Stokoe. Crazy Cat, Logo A Go-Go, Madness and Crowds, Making Comics, Rusty Brown. Best Digital Comic, Afterlift, Blackwater Lilies, Colored, The Unsung Life of Claudette Colvin, Elma, A Bear's Life, Volume 1, Mare Intern, Tales from Beyond the Window, Afterlift's the only one I read, and I love that book. And Best Webcomic, Cabra Mata, Chuck Wagon at the End of the World, The Eyes, Fried Rice Comic, Remind, Third Shift Society. That took a little bit longer than I anticipated. But a lot of snubs. No Vault, no Michael Morisi, no Jonathan Hickman. You're going to pick Doctor Doom over Best New Series and not say, I don't know. So yeah, I think there's some snubs. What do you think some of the snubs are? And let me look at your comments while I was going through all that rubbish. Daredevil, though, so freaking good. Yeah, it is. As much as I enjoy the Something is Killing the Children, I feel like we haven't seen enough to award an Eisner. At least we did get the first full arc, which was solid enough, but yeah, I get what you're saying. The Eisners are weird. Yeah, I think Hoxpox was snubbed. I think Daredevil's a good pick, but it ain't going to win. Little Bird should win for me, but I don't know. Yeah, where is the plot? Best New Series? You telling me that Doctor Doom's better than the plot? Doctor Doom is okay. Nothing going on, really. Doom Book is okay, but shouldn't be on the ballot. I agree. Jimmy would have been a great choice. Yep. I like Who Shit My Pants better. I like that one too. Yeah. Lots of snubs. Yep, Vault got the shaft. We know that, right? Vault got the shaft yet again. Because These Savage Shores was a thing. Rom V's a thing. Just won a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 1 through 9 near mint on eBay for $34 while live with you guys. Hell yeah, Fable. I'm getting a slime pit. If you notice behind me, I have some of my Terminator 2 action figures. Just pulled those out of the crate. Yeah, Herminio, the Eisners are kind of... Yeah, this is what me and Matt were talking about this. Me and Matt, by the way, the boy who had 7. So I've been doing these Rockin Robbie Live withs, right, with other people. Like the one this week is the Teen Dog Shades, the first Teen Dog Shades nights of me with a guest. And it's Bueller and Perry, and I'm very excited for that. But I had an amazing show with the boy who had 7 on Thursday night. And you guys really need to check it out. Like, I think it was one of the best live shows I've ever done. And we were talking about the Eisners and the snubby nature of it, and we came up with the idea that maybe we should do a YouTube Comics Fan Awards. You know what I'm saying? Where we have a bunch of us comic book YouTubers kind of nominate some things, and we pick like the final nominees, and then we have our fans vote. We tally up the votes, and then we have like a live stream where we award them. That could be fun. Kind of like the Wizard Fan Awards back in the day. Be an Ice Cream Man, got the snub. Yeah. You know, and I get it, because they're going after, like, most of that list are books that I had no idea what they were. You know what I'm saying? And they're very, like, we say we're into indie comics, but there are so many comic books out there that appeal to an audience that's not necessarily like us, the weekly comic book people, you know? And that's what you happen when you have those end of the year lists and stuff. So, but I'd like to have one that's more reflective of the fandom in the comic book community. And the Eisners is not that. At least not to me. I think doing our own would be better. PCP Army Fan Awards. Some shit like that, right? I think that'd be a good idea. Have a good one, homie. I appreciate the super chat once again. I'm going to dedicate the slime video to you guys. Anybody found out some good information on what's the best new slime to get? We want it to kind of mimic that green slime. I'll show you the image so you can see the color of the slime we're trying to get, but I also just want to hear this dope-ass beat again. Look at that slime, though. That lime green, neon green slime. Damn, I love this. Strick, if you're still here, man, we got to write some lyrics to this beat. Debut the song here on a live stream. See you, David. Have a good one. We appreciate all of your support, homie. Yo, no lie. Me and you would kill this beat. You know we would, Strick. You know we would. Let's do it. Let's do it, Strickland. I'll send you a copy of it. I didn't write it. It's one of those free YouTube things. They're like, you can use it on YouTube. So I'm like, sure. We'll just make a YouTube video. PCP Award, Colors of the Year. Yeah, I think we should get some good nominees. I think we could do it. I'm gonna holler at some of the people because I figured the best way to get it, to kind of do it, I think, would be to have us YouTubers come together and kind of like we each nominate like 5. We each pick 5 nominees for each category. And, you know, we're not doing silly categories. I mean, the Eisner's categories aren't silly, but we'll do like best colorist, best writer, best penciler, you know, best story, best character, things like that, right? Best moment. We'll just rip off what the fan awards, the Wizard Fan Awards did. We'll just rip that off, those categories. But we'll each like pick 5, and then whoever's done the most or something, we'll compile those together and then let everybody vote. That'd be really, really fun. Now, Eisner doesn't do Publisher of the Year. See, we should. But if we're going to do it, do we do it when the Eisners do it in the middle of the year, or do we do it at the end of the year? Maybe we should do it at the end of the year. Yeah. PCP Fan Awards. I like it. In fact, I'm going to write that down. Hell yeah! If the idea is mine, that I'm stealing. If it's my idea to steal it from Wizard, then I'll name it the PCP Army Fan Awards. And yeah, we'll do a Hall of Fame. Hell yeah! Our first member of the Hall of Fame will be Will Eisner. I'm serious, right? I mean, who else? You know what I'm saying? We'll have like a class of 4 or something, so we can get them in there. Mike says, I got the lead on some slime at Party City. Hell yeah, Mike. I'm going to rush shipping on that slime pit, too. I'm going to try to get it this week. It's going to inspire me to get that Muckman, I'll tell you that. That Muckman from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, I like the dinosaur stickers. Herminio. Oh, Hamburger Basket, what's up? Yeah, you missed the conversation about the DC Diamond. That was in the first half, but I am going to be cutting that out at some point this week, probably. But yeah, we did already talk about that. And I kind of rambled for a while, so I don't really want to get back into it. No lie, one of the best comic book moments this year was Moon Knight beating everyone's ass in Avengers, yeah. If we're going to do the PCP Fan Awards, I think it should be year-end. I don't think we should do it in the middle of the year like the Eisner does. It kind of makes what's counted seem weird. You know what I'm saying? I say we do it year-end. So, we're doing it, though. We're doing a PCP Army Fan Awards. So start thinking about your favorites. Because we're halfway through the year, pretty much. This long-ass, action-packed year. Jesus. Making the trip this Saturday to visit your comic shop for my birthday. The wife is driving me. Looking forward to it. Hell yeah, Sam. Make sure you let me know that it's you. Looking forward to seeing you. I'll be there till 5. Eric. Jesus. I think that's funny. So a few more announcements. We've already announced them, but tomorrow morning, check out my advanced review of Bleed Them Dry. Y'all are going to love this book. It's Vampire Ninja Cyberpunk. Releases at the end of the month. My review goes live tomorrow morning. We're doing a Teen Dog Shades night, Thursday night, with Bueller and Perry and myself. And Friday night we'll be live discussing the Rambo films, all 5. So we're very excited about that. We still got show and tell coming up. We still got the final 9 showing up. But we will also answer your questions. So throw some conversation ideas, any questions you have, anything you want to ask me. Throw it out there because we're about to get to our next segment. And that's finally the return of Marvel in the 90s. And by the way, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but today's weekly pop culture wrap-up had a post-credit sequence. No, well, Eric, I don't want to get pulled down. I'll react to it. I'll just read them. I won't read them, but I'll react to them. Hell yeah. All right, I got to get some stuff ready real quick, so let's just hear that dope-ass West Coast beat again. That's so good. What's this song going to be about? What's the song going to be about? Should we write a song about slime, Strickland? I don't know why I tickled myself up so much with that idea. Ugh, damn, excuse me. All right, get those questions in. We'll be wrapping up not too long from now, but it is time for the next segment. And I'm ready for it. We've kept Herminio waiting long enough. It's time for the next installment of Marvel Comics in the 90s. Today we will be talking about Daredevil Fall from Grace, which ran in Daredevil 319 through 325 and celebrated the 30th anniversary of the character. It's written by D.G. Chichester and illustrated by Scott McDaniel with inks by Hector Collazo and Michael Avon Oeming. This is the story that gave Daredevil a new armored costume and fully brought Elektra back into the Marvel Universe. The story centers around a virus called About Face that went missing in the 60s. The virus, which was commissioned by the U.S. military, had long since been lost in the sewer system ever since a telepath named Eddie dropped it there after falling in a mission to unleash the virus. The virus was made from genetic material from Eddie's deceased telepathic lover Teresa and allows the subject to change their physical structure and upgrade themselves at will. Snake Root, a ninja cult with ties to the Hand, are looking for Eddie and the virus. That's where Daredevil gets involved. He spends most of the story trying to protect Eddie from various characters and organizations that want the virus for themselves. There are a ton of guest characters in this rather ambitious story, including Silver Sable, Venom, Siege, Morbius, and Hellspawn, the Infinity War Daredevil doppelganger. Early in the story, after a battle with Silver Sable, Daredevil's costume is ripped to shreds. He then makes a new armored uniform from cutting-edge technology and exotic materials. I loved this costume as a kid, and it still holds a special place in my heart. This story has a ton of references to the Frank Miller Daredevil and Elektra work, including John Garrett, the former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent who is also a cyborg from Electric Assassin. Due to a mind meld with Elektra, Snake Root is able to pull the dark and evil essence of Elektra out of Garrett's mind and into an evil form which they can control. With the About-Face virus, they can cement this evil version of Elektra into reality. Elektra, however, has been alive this whole time, living a peaceful life of meditation on a mountaintop with the Chaste. She returns to New York to battle against the Snake Root and stop this evil version of her from being realized. The story concludes with a climactic battle in which Daredevil and Elektra defeat the Snake Root plot and the Elektra doppelganger, which merges the dark essence back to the real Elektra and solidifies the character's return. Hellspawn, Daredevil's doppelganger, winds up absorbing the virus and becoming human, and identical to Matt Murdock at that, before he is killed. Matt then uses this body to fake his own death after his identity has been possibly revealed as Daredevil, after an intern steals notes from reporter Ben Urich. So I love this book. I've read it twice now, and I have my issues right here. And I have issues with this story. So first of all, here are my issues right there. I got the second printing of 319. There's the Silver Sable right there. Love that one. I love Chapter 2. Has a glow-in-the-dark cover featuring that Hellspawn character. This is another beautiful cover featuring the Siege character, but look at the different Daredevils right there on the cover and the colors. This is a beautiful cover. The Venom one. That's just a beautiful, great Venom cover with amazing coloring. The striking cover that has Morbius on it. And then the final issue, which just has the Psy. So, I read them. I think it's an okay story, and I do like it because I loved that armored Daredevil costume when I was a kid. I love the toy. In fact, Marvel Legends has got a new Daredevil black suit armored costume toy coming out for the Spider-Man retro line. I'm very excited to get that. Got my pre-order in already. The story itself, though, it is an ambitious story, but it's kind of a difficult read. Seriously, Chichester does a decent job. He had just recently taken over the book from Anna Cinti, and this is kind of like the dead zone of Daredevil between Ann's work and Kevin Smith's work when it got rebooted with Marvel Knights. This is kind of like the dead zone, but I actually enjoy a lot of it. I remember reading it during the Over the Edge days. I read all those Over the Edge books. It was like Hulk and Punisher and Ghost Rider and things like that. And Daredevil was a part of it. So this book, I like it. But it's even though it's ambitious, it's kind of hard to follow. The dialogue is very stilted, right? It's not very flowy, right? And each issue almost feels like a chore to kind of read and understand. And things happen kind of like suddenly. Like you'll end one book with a cliffhanger and you'll pick up next book and all of a sudden Morbius shows up, right? Just shows up. There's a bunch of different characters that feel like they're shoehorned into the book, right? But I remember kind of liking it, right? And I did recently enjoy it on the reread. Now, the first time I did the reread a few weeks ago, it was kind of jumbled. And then I read it again this weekend and it kind of felt a little bit better. But the story, overall the story is okay, but there's a lot of different moving pieces and a lot of subplots and a lot of different stuff moving around, and it's kind of hard to follow because the narration and the dialogue doesn't give you much free-flowing through the pace. It's not very well paced, right? The artwork by Scott McDaniel and company, though, I absolutely love. This is the artist that eventually went over to Nightwing with Chuck Dixon and did a great job there. I love Scott McDaniel's artwork, and it's just different enough from Frank Miller's, typical Daredevil style, but very similar in the same way. So it's got a great sense to it. I really do like the artwork. I love that costume. I like the fact that we got Elektra back. Now, Frank Miller was apparently very pissed off about this. Elektra was already back, but this actually brought her back as the Elektra from before the Frank Miller, it brought back that full-formed Elektra, because Elektra was kind of left alive at the end of that Miller run, and he kind of touched on it here and there, but the promise was that Marvel was never going to use the character again and kind of let him tell his story. And I think that from what I've heard, it really pissed off Frank Miller. And maybe why we never got another Frank Miller Daredevil book, right? So I do overall like the story, but it's not the strongest. I don't think it's as strong as Spider-Man Torment or the Capwolf story, which we've already covered. But it is a fun moment in Marvel 90s history. When you think of Marvel in the 90s, you think of those extreme, edgy costumes, and everybody did this. And so the Daredevil costume is one of my favorites. I actually like that costume. I like the design. I like the armor on it. In the story, it's a little weird because he goes to these places that are like building materials, like exotic materials based on like spider webs and clam shells or something like that. And he just kind of sews it together by himself. That's a little unbelievable. But if the most unbelievable thing about Daredevil is how he sews his own suit, I mean, come on, right? So overall, I like the book. I think it's fun, but it's not super strong. It's not the best Daredevil story out there by far. But I have a soft place in my heart for some of these 90 characters like Silver Sable, Morbius, and especially Venom. And I really like seeing them get spotlighted, even though it's all random. Everybody shows up randomly, and they hear about this virus. And the virus about face basically allows you, because it's spliced with this telepathic, genetic material. So you think that, Venom wants it because he's like, we can remove our weakness to sound and fire, right? Morbius wants it because he can cure himself. Siege wants it because he's kind of a cyborg and he questions the idea if it's really him or a program. And he wants, right? And Hellspawn wants it because he wants to become a real boy. And he does get it and becomes a real boy and then dies. And then Daredevil uses him to fake his own death. And this was one of those stories. Everybody comes in, they do a Daredevil story where they're like, we're going to end everything for Matt Murdock. And even reading the letters pages on this book lets you know that people were not very happy at the time, but it is something that a lot of Daredevil writers do. I like the way that it happened. When you get to the end, and it's weird because him and Foggy are beefing throughout this whole thing because he's spending more time as Daredevil, less time as a lawyer. And then he's reconnecting with Karen Page, And they do completely reconnect after Elektra comes back. Like, while Elektra's back, he reconnects with Karen and kind of weasels his way back there and then fakes his death. By the way, doesn't let them know. He just fakes his death so he can ignore his responsibilities. This is something that happens with Matt, right? So he fakes his death, and then we get the next batch of issues after that. All in all, it's an okay story. It's got a place in my nostalgic heart because of that costume and because of the use of some of those 90s characters. But it is all over the place story-wise. A lot happens randomly with no explanation. A lot of it is very convoluted, stilted dialogue. It's very hard to flow right through. It seems like a little bit of an arduous read, but for the most part, I still enjoy it, and I'm glad I got to reread it and experience it with you here, live on Marvel Comics in the 90s. So there you go. That's what I think about that. How are y'all doing out there? Y'all still with us? So in the Daredevil run, they just show up. Sounds like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Yeah, there's a little bit of that in there, I guess. Hey, what's up, Jesse? How you doing? Yeah, Brian, where is Bob? Bob would really have enjoyed... He really would have enjoyed this. Pee-wee's Playhouse is fun. I haven't watched that shit in years. Eric says the costume was cool, red and blue. Yeah, I really like that costume. I like it a lot. I still do. Still do. Still like it a lot. So it's a Daredevil book with Tim Burton tendencies. Maybe. I think Tim Burton, especially at the time that this book was out, Tim Burton was, to me, at like the height of his career, doing some really great nuanced work. This book doesn't have a lot of nuance. It has a lot of forced nuance, if that makes sense. It deals with its thematic material in a very obtuse and kind of direct, but not clear kind of way. But anyway, it was a nice revisit. And next time we do one of these, which may be next week or maybe the week after, but next time we do one of these, we're going to be talking about Blood Ties, the X-Men Avengers crossover. Sequel to Fatal Attraction. So start reading up, because that's the next one we're going to cover in Marvel Comics in the 90s. I just want you to know I do that Marvel Comics in the 90s thing live. Like, that's not edited in there, but that's actually me, doing Marvel Comics in the 90s. It's my ESPN announcer voice. Please do hit that thumbs up button, please. How many people we got in here? How many likes? We always try to make it. 44 people here. 43 likes. One more like, and we can hit that level we always try to get at. I know we've already funded a slime pit from Motu, but Chip Zdarsky's doing great on Daredevil. I love Zdarsky's Daredevil run. I'm loving it. He made Stiltman threatening. He gave me a memorable and threatening Stiltman scene that wasn't humorous. Blew me away. In a world. In a world. All right, we're nearing the end of the program because I got to watch Rambo 2. So we're about to get into the show and tell portion of the segment, but let's go ahead and get your final thoughts, questions, concerns, all that stuff in. We've talked about a lot tonight. We took a look at what's coming up in new comic books this week. Join the Future, Undone by Blood. Do not sleep on those. We showed off some comics. We talked about the DC Diamond mess. We talked about the Eisners. We did a Marvel Comics in the 90s, talking about Daredevil Fall from Grace. Yet another time when Daredevil's life was destroyed. But what I do like about it was his choice to destroy it. Now, I think he's being very irresponsible with his choice, but it was his choice nonetheless, right? We talked about the PCP Army Fan Awards that we're going to get set up for the end of the year. And we're about to be doing some show and tell. Got a great toy haul, so we're nowhere near done. 48 likes now. Can we get 50? One more, we got 50. We got 49. One more like, let's hit 50. Come on. Just like Kirk says, can we get 50? Can we get 50? That'd be great. That'd be almost as cool as funding a slime pit. Perry, what's up, my man? Perry, I hope you remember that Thursday we're doing a Teen Dog Shades night, so I hope you got your shades, homie. I'm very excited. Thursday night. Me, Bueller, and Perry doing a Teen Dog Shades night live here. Talking about aliens and UFOs, ancient civilizations, Bigfoot, whatever you want to talk about, all that stuff. I'm doing great, Perry. So don't forget, Thursday night's going to be the Teen Dog Shades night with Perry and Bueller. Friday night's going to be the Rambo-thon. Very excited about that. Tinfoil hat, very much appropriate, Perry. Tomorrow morning, my advanced review of Bleed Them Dry #1 from Vault Comics. It's a ninja vampire cyberpunk book, so I'm telling you, I freaking love it. We talked about Daredevil Fall from Grace, and that was a fun revisit. And we also raised enough money tonight to get the Evil Horde's Slime Pit and unlock this dope-ass song for a while. Hell yeah. Walking down the street today, a little man came up next to me. He said, yo, I'm an alien from the stars. And I said, are you from Mercury? Are you from Mars? He said, I don't know, but we ain't got cars. We got spaceships, man. I just lost it. Sorry. Tried it. Tried it. We're about to get into the show and tell. Tinfoil hats for all, everybody. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Shaq Aaron? Yeah, we did the Diamond Talk at the beginning of the show, but you can catch it on the replay or when I cut it out later on in the week. I was like, okay, I got stars, Mars, cars, and I lost it. I was like, lost it. I could have done scars. Jafars. You know, like we're evil and badass like Aladdin's Jafars. I don't know. All right, let me pick out. I had a really nice toy haul that made me very pleased. And I'll go ahead and let you guys know, I filmed a video for my toy haul. I did a toy haul video, my first ever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out some of the stuff so you guys can see it right now. But I picked up a really good vintage toy haul that made me very pleased. So just bear with me as I get some of this out. Should have already gotten this stuff out. Yeah. Okay. All right, not everything, but enough. Okay, so I did do a video. I want to know, I asked everybody if they would be interested in more toy videos because I do like collecting toys. It's not just comic books around here, it's toys as well. And I like the vintage stuff. And so I did film a toy haul video. It's in the process of being edited right now. They're a little bit more intensive to edit than in my typical video, but I want to show off some of my stuff right now. So first up, some Happy Meal toys. Y'all remember Tiny Toons? Yeah? There's Plucky Duck and Babs. Y'all remember these? I love these so much. I also got the one with that, I can't remember her name. Is it Elvira or Elma or something? But I also got her and Buster. No lie, I love Happy Meal toys. Speaking of Happy Meal toys, who remembers McDonald's changeables? Who remembers those? They're little McDonald's bits that turn into little robots. Some fries. And the burger one is a great one. There's a lot more of these from my childhood I got to get. So that's some of the stuff that I spotlighted in the video. Also, as promised, there's my first ever Street Shark ever. I've never had a Street Shark before. I don't know the name of this one. But his mouth opens up when you move the fin. And you move his arm. And he's got that battering ram action. I want to get more Street Sharks in my collection. All right. We got some Masters of the Universe stuff here. I got an Evil Lyn. When I opened up my Super 7 Evil Lyn, I was talking about how I wish that her skin was yellow. So I went ahead and got this one. She's got the scepter. I got a Whiplash. And the cool thing with the Whiplash is he comes with a spear, but he also comes with his comic book, his little mini comic that some of these came with. So that's really cool to me. I know that Dark Horse kind of collected some of this stuff up, and I want to get that. But Whiplash is like a lizard dude. He's got that badass tail. The tail's a little ripped right there, but I was able to get this at a good price. I've got his spear, but it fell. There it is. So there you go. Anybody out there have Masters of the Universe figures? What were your favorites? So Evil Lyn and Whiplash, not enough. I got Clawful, the lobster dude. Very excited about him. That lobster claw. How cool is that? Yeah, I've been bitten by the Masters of the Universe bug. Y'all better watch out. I used to be content just doing the Snake Men and the... I used to be content with just the Snake Men and the Horde, but yep, no longer. It all started... I knew when I got those Super 7 books that... Or those Super 7 He-Man figures... I knew that would probably kickstart something. But the moment I got the Battle Cat and the Panther a couple weeks ago, it really kickstarted it. Trust me. Here's some switching lanes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's an undercover Donnie. I've got the majority of his accessories. What I loved about this figure when I was a kid is he's got this mask that he can wear. I've also got the briefcase and the gun. But you just snap that in. And he's undercover. Nobody will know that's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Love the Playmates. This whole toy haul was inspired by trying to get one toy in particular. At a good price. If you want to get good vintage toys, you got to get lots. The more you buy, the cheaper it can be. This all revolved around this one toy. Mutagen Man. Mutagen Man. Love this toy so much. He's pretty much complete. He doesn't have the frame that all the bits and pieces came in, but all the bits are there. His little ray gun, his gas tank, the hose. There you go. Now that I got him, I got to get Muckman. And Muckman has a slime feature. So with all that leftover slime from the slime pit, I get a Muckman. And I can use that as well and do a video on that. I also got this Mad Ball. That's Dust Brain. Mad Ball from the 80s. Love these Mad Balls. I did pick this up on card. This is one of the re-releases from the late 90s. But it's a Michelangelo. Old school looking turtle. I'll be opening this up one day, but not quite yet. But don't worry, we do have an unboxing to do. And y'all know I'm into that Super 7 He-Man line, so let's go ahead and open another one. Orko. Now on Friday night, I opened up my Merman. So in case you missed that, there's my Merman. Very cool figure. And now we're going to open up the Orko. So let's take one more look at it in package. Super 7 line are meant to be like the old school Motu figures, but painted and designed like the animated series. Herminio says, I loved that Donnie. Yeah, me too. When I was a kid, Orko was one of my favorite Masters of the Universe figures. So you look here, there's the original figure, the animated series, and then kind of the combined design that they came up with for the new action figure. This Orko is much smaller than the other one from the 80s. We got one at the shop, but it's got some discoloration, but it might, otherwise it's complete. It's got his little, thing and everything, so maybe I should get that. But there's the Orko. It's a pretty nice representation of the figure from the animated series. He's got wheels, so he can do his little roll, right? He's got a bunch of little effects here and shit. Let's check those out. He's got a lot of shit. All right, so first of all, he's got his little wand. See, the other Orko didn't have anything to hold, right? He just had his removable hat, which was kind of obnoxious. That doesn't really want to fit in there, right? But he's got a little wand, right? He's got another little wand. None of them are wanting to fit in the hand right, though. It's like there's room to fit them, right? But they don't actually snap in place. They just kind of slide right out. He's got a little flower. I'm sure that's a reference to some episode of the animated series. I'm sure. Oh, that's cool. He's got this effect of doing magic. And it's designed to pop it on his hand like that. And that actually works better than any of the wands. The wands do not fit in the hand. That's kind of pissy. It's kind of get on my nerves. Yep, but that does, and that's pretty neat. Look at that. Pretty neat. So there you go. Hey, the exoskeleton dude fell off. That one glows in the dark, by the way. Which I think is cool. And there's show and tell. And like I said, that toy video, the toy haul will be out later this week. That was the surprise I was talking about earlier. So surprise. We're doing toy videos again. I just dropped one of those wands and I'll never find it again. Used to practice beatboxing on the Skeletor mic on Castle Grayskull. Yeah, I'm that old. You mean Snake Mountain. That's the one that had the microphone. Herminio says, I had a lot of He-Man figures. All that you showed I owned. Hell yeah. Stinkor. Epoch, I love Stinkor. I got to be careful when I go on these toy rants. Yeah, She-Ra too. I liked She-Ra too. The She-Ra toys, though, I never really had. But I love the Evil Horde. G.I. Joes used to have to fight off Battle Cat. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, the battle damage, the battle chest He-Man figures, those are cool. It's hard to find them now where they actually still lock and work. But I'm very, very pleased. Street Sharks, TMNT, Masters of the Universe, and some Happy Meal toys and a Mad Ball. Y'all, let's not forget the Mad Ball. Come on. Loved this when I was a kid. It's like this mummy, gross face. Loved it. Well, we're about to get to some nachos tonight. We're going to eat some nachos, watch Rambo 2. So, let's get to some announcements real quick. Again, tomorrow morning, Bleed Them Dry #1 advanced review. Thursday night, Teen Dog Shades night with Perry and Bueller. And Friday night, a live stream about Rambo, the Rambo-thon. All 5 Rambo movies, we'll be talking about them live. Here with you, the PCP Army, starting Action Fest 2020. I do want to 100% say, Jeff, you have the Mad Balls comics 1 through 4? Holy crap, that's awesome. I do want to once again say thank you to everybody that donated to the Super Chat tonight to unlock the Slime Pit upgrade that we just did here at PCP. Let's listen to the song for a second. I can't wait to get that in and do a video for you guys and make it slime an action figure. That's super cool, right? All right, well, we're almost about to cut out here, so if you have any final thoughts or questions, get them in right now. Because we're about to do the final 9. Final 9 comic books from my personal collection that we're showing off. Now I got all these toys around me. I'm trying not to spill beer on any of them. I'm very pleased with that Clawful. I had this as a kid, but I didn't have the weapon, and I did not have the chest plate. So, that's really cool. It's a little weird. You should be able to push it this way. I feel it would be more natural than doing this, but it's still cool. Clawful. Robbie, check out the He-Man Slime Pit commercial from the 80s. Oh, Jeff, I love old school commercials. I'll definitely check that out. Definitely. All right, here we go. Final 9. Final 9 comic books from my personal collection. It's a Fantastic Four #1. It's the Matt Fraction Mark Bagley one, signed by Matt Fraction and Mark Bagley. I met both of them on 2 separate occasions, but it's cool to have a #1 written, illustrated, autographed by the writer and the artist. So that's super cool. The Adventures of Superman 500, signed by Tom Grummett. This is the first appearance of Superboy. I don't know why I didn't get Carl Kiesel to sign this one either. I think because he really didn't. He wrote it. He wrote a bit in it. But anyway, Tom Grummett was one of my favorite artists growing up in the 90s. So glad I have that. Here's a Blade #1, the Mark Guggenheim. I love that cover. You guys know I love me some Blade. By the way, 5-year plan. Marvel, 5-year plan. Just call me and call me for Ghost Thrasher. Fable, I should have got that damn Ghost Thrasher image. Your Ghost Thrasher images, I should have got those. I'll do that next week. Fable, but down there, has done some Ghost Thrasher design work for the character Ghost Thrasher that we have created here at PCP. Love it. Fable also says, I used to have the Thunder Punch He-Man with the caps. We have a Thunder Punch He-Man right now at the shop. I think you just convinced me to add that to the next haul. Swamp Thing Winter Special. If you're a Swamp Thing fan and you haven't read this one, with work by Lynn Wein and Tom King, Jason Fabic, Kelly Jones, you really need this. There's a deluxe edition hardcover that's out right now, but this book is amazing. Here's a Jonathan Hickman classic. There's my Manhattan Projects #1 right there. Yep. Here's I love this cover because it's a parody or an homage to a Simonson Beta Ray Bill cover, but this is a Thunderstrike #23. Y'all know I love my Marvel comics in the 90s, and you know that we're going to be covering Thunderstrike one day. That Ron Friends cover. Talking about I'm a sucker for foil. Here's Superman #4, Rogol Zar. Not the biggest fan of this character's story, but I do like that cover. And I was kind of into it at first. Then here we got a Fantastic Four Annual #17 with a classic John Byrne Fantastic Four image. I had this on a t-shirt for a while. Back in my early 20s. I lost that t-shirt. It'd be nice to have it, though. You like that idea better than worm? You mean Tapeworm Boy? You don't know anything about Tapeworm Boy yet. You just wait. One day I'll get it. And here's an odd one I found in my collection, and I've never read this. But it's a Boris the Bear Instant Color Classics #2 from Dark Horse Comics. I saw this in my collection, and I don't even remember buying this or picking this up or where this came from. But after looking at this cover, I was like, what the hell is this? And I'm so glad I already have it. You ever just find something in your collection that you don't know where it came from or how it got there, but then you look at it and you're like, well, I'm glad I got that. Boris the Bear. Yeah. Anyway, that's the final 9. And that brings us to the end of the show. So thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up button. Thank you for the super chats. We got that Evil Horde slime pick coming. We're very, very excited. Thank you for hanging out and just rambling around with me about comic books, movies, pop culture, and a whole lot more. Very much appreciated. Don't forget, go ahead and start watching those Rambo films, because Friday night we're talking about it. And get those Teen Dog shades on and go ahead and, sack up and join me, Bueller, and Perry for the Teen Dog Shades night. Very excited. So thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate it. Thank you for joining us here. Don't forget, join the PCP Army if you haven't already on Facebook. You'll be able to join into the next PCP Army movie poll, in which we'll be doing the Dylan-approved horror poll, right? Really do appreciate everything. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups. Don't forget to join us over at patreon.com/PCP like these fine fellows right here. We really do appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. I hope you have a good week. Stay safe, stay righteous, and y'all keep on living.